Warren, it's said that size matters.
It does.
In the past, Berkshire has purchased cheaper wholesale. For example, Geico, Mid-American, your initial purchase of Coca-Cola. And arguably, your company has shifted to becoming a buyer of pricier and more mature businesses. Is Berkshire morphing into a stock that has become to resemble an index fund?
There's no question that we cannot do as well as we did in the past, and size is a factor. Actually, it depends on the nature of markets too. There will be times when we'll run into bad markets, and sometimes there our size can even be an advantage. It may well have been in 2008, but I would take exception to the fact that we paid fancier prices in some cases than, say, in Geico. I think we paid 20 times earnings and a fairly good size multiple of book value. So we have paid up, partly at Charlie's urging. We paid up for good businesses more than we would have 30 or 40 years ago. But it's tougher as we get bigger, and we've always known that would be the case. But even with some diminution from returns of the past, they still can be satisfactory. And we are willing. There's companies we should have bought 30 or 40 years ago that looked higher priced then, but we now realize that paying up for an extraordinary business is not a mistake. Charlie, what was you saying?
Well, we've said over and over again to this group that we can't do as well in percentage terms per annum in the future as we did in our early days. But I think I can make the short seller's argument even better than he did. And I'll try and do that. If you look at all the companies that got really big in the past history of the world, the record is not all that good. If you stop to think about it, Rockefeller Standard Oil is practically the only one that, after it got monstrous, continued to do monstrously well. So when we think we're going to do pretty well in spite of getting very big, we're telling you we think we'll do a little better than the giants of the past.
Is this the new normal? Paying high prices, expensive businesses like Tesla, like Upstart, getting companies in PE ranges in the hundreds, 200s, even the 500s? Are the returns going to be lower from now on as things get expensive? We have businesses like Berkshire in very dire situations because they have so much money and they're unable to invest it, and they have to pay up for all these businesses, but they do not want to do that. So what is the option? Is the option to sit back and relax or get into this market? What do you think the overall picture for Berkshire is in the next 5 to 10 years as they pile in money, as companies get expensive? Are they going to wait for the crash to happen before they put a big chunk of money in the market? Warren Buffett just detailed that he paid up for Geico a 20 PE, which he thought was expensive back in the day. Now he said he missed businesses that he would have paid up more for and he thought was expensive at the time. But looking back now, it wasn't. Are we in that type of market? What do you think? How big can the tech giants grow, like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, all these giant stocks? How big of a market cap can they grow? Are we at the end? How many years do we have? Do we have 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Are our returns going to be the same?